Hi everyone, Master Kim, Kim's Taekwondo Center, and we are going to start your Taekwondo lessons learning 3 specific things, and we're going to combine them into one drill. And in doing that one drill, you'll have practice these movements through repetition and committing them to muscle memory. And this is what the drill is going to look like. And from the side angle, just like that. So first, we need to learn how to get power with a hand technique. And by doing so, let's start with a punch. And when doing a punch, we need to make a proper fist. So if you take your hand, you roll up the 4 fingers nice and tight once, twice, squeezing all the air out, and then the thumb comes underneath, crossing over 1.5 times, or 1.5 of your fingers. We do not want to have your thumb on the side here like this, and definitely not inside, so make sure underneath, making a nice tight fist. And when we make a fist, we want to make sure that our our wrist is nice and straight. We do not want it to bend at all, any direction, nice and straight. That way, when we make impact, we protect the wrist. And we also punch with the 2 big knuckles as opposed to these small ones, thereby protecting our hand and not breaking. So that's how we make fists. And as we make our 2 fists, have them right here on the side of your belt. This is kind of our home position. And I want you, every single punch directed towards the middle center mass, which is directed towards your solar plex, called a middle punch. So from your side position here, punch directly out, twisting and punching knuckles up. Then I want you to twist your arm back and feels like you are striking something behind you. Back to here. Other hand, punch, twist, and back. So the first way we get power with a hand technique is we use both arms. So as I have one arm out, I'm going to pull one hand back and punch with the other one at the same time, same speed, and same power. And again, knuckles are up, so I'm twisting as I come back and twisting as I go out. Same time, same speed, same power. You should feel like you're striking with your elbow back as opposed to your hand. Okay, not your hand coming back your elbow. It's the first way we get power with a hand technique. The second way we get power with a hand technique is we have to have proper stances. We have good stance, we're going to have good balance. Good balance equals good power. So this is called apseolgi, or short front stance. It's going to be basically just your normal walking gait as you take a step forward, 1. And your toes are going to be pointing forward, outside part of your legs shoulder width apart. 1. Keeping those toes pointing forward, chest straight on. Pretty straightforward. Just make sure that you're not bending your knees at all. Heel is not off the ground. Keep that heel on the ground nice and flat. And as you step, do not lead with your chest. Okay? Keeping your upper body directly over your hips. Good balance equals good power. Keep those toes pointing forward. That is apseolgi, or short front stance. And the third way we get power with a hand technique is we want to make sure that our feet are on the ground. That way we can engage our hips into our punch. So there's a lot of power in our hips. So as you step, I want you to make sure clearly don't punch, touch first, then punch. Okay? Don't move your hands, touch first, then punch. Okay? Touch, move the hands, punch, touch, hands, touch, hands, as opposed to same time. Do not do the same time. And a lot of people will also, as they step, they're moving one hand back and then they'll punch. So technically you're punching after you touch your foot on the ground, but we miss this opposing hand pulling back. So we need to make sure we do that as well. The hand pulling back, same time, same speed, same power, after we touch. And those are the three ways you get power with a hand technique. One hand pulls, same time, same speed, same power. Good stance equals good balance equals good power. And touching first and then punching, which allows us to engage our hips. That's number one, our power with a hand technique. And number two, 앞서기 or short front stance. And lastly, Taekwondo is a kicking martial art. That's its specialty. About 70% of the movements we do are going to be doing kicks. So our first kick is called 앞차기 or front kick. Now in front kick, it's pretty simple. There's two movements. Number one, I'll demonstrate first, front kick. So number one, the knee drives at the target, straight at the target. Pushing from the floor, off your foot, driving that knee towards the target. As if you want to strike your target with your knee. Do not lead with your thigh, do not lead with your chest, the knee drives. Then, before it reaches its apex, the foot flicks up, making a nice snap at the end, and let it rechamber down, and then set your foot down. So that last part again, as I kick, knee up, snap, I do not want my leg to be straight and drop it down. Instead, keep your knee up and let your foot come back naturally. Then set down. And that's front kick. Practice that a few times. So now that we have how to get power with the hand technique, we have our front stance, and we have our front kick. We're going to do this drill combining all those movements. Simply, you just kick, front kick, set your foot down, punch. Kick, set your foot down, punch. Like so. Front kick, down, punch. And you see I pulled back, good balance. Kick, set it down, good stance. Hand is about to pull back, foot is on the ground, punch. That is lesson number 1.